Hey you guys, before I got into the video, I just wanted to talk briefly about my new ebook, Zodiac Signs, Sex Language. Whether you're looking to improve your sex life and your dating life, or if you're just looking to expand your knowledge about astrology, this is definitely the right book for you. This book is meant to help you improve your sex life, your dating life, and your love life, your relationships, and to spice it up in the bedroom if need be, or to just once again help you learn more about astrology. So if you're interested in any of these things, if you're interested in learning about the different love languages and the different sex languages of the zodiac signs, definitely look into getting this book, Zodiac Signs, Sex Language, written by me, edited by me, and designed by me, Lamarr Townsend. So you can purchase this ebook on my website, lamarrtownsendtarot.com, or you can purchase it on Amazon, on the Amazon Kindle ebook store, all right? Or just amazon.com. All right, into the video we go. Thank you for listening and watching. The most narcissistic zodiac signs, in my opinion. Now, I just want to lead with this video saying once again that this is just my opinion and nothing more. So, in my opinion, the most narcissistic zodiac signs, and yes, my zodiac sign is on this list. I'm not afraid to be honest about myself, okay? The most narcissistic zodiac signs and why I think they might be a little bit narcissistic naturally, okay, is Aries, Leo, Scorpio, Capricorn, and Aquarius, okay? Now, let's talk about the definition of narcissism and the definition that I will be basing this video off of, because there's so many different definitions that you guys, can find. So let's just find a definition that works for us cohabitably in this video, okay? Let's just look really quickly, on the internet. And okay, so I typed in narcissism and it says extreme selfishness with a grandiose view of one's own talents and a craving for admiration as characterized by a personality type. So narcissism is a personality type, okay? Now let's get into it. Aries, the first zodiac sign on this list, is ruled by Mars. Now, interesting enough, Mars rules in the first house in a birth chart, okay, in a natal chart in astrology. Mars rules the first house, which is the house of self-image, okay? So with narcissism comes one's, importance on self-image, one's emphasis on self-image. So with Mars, self-image is super duper important. Mars values power. Mars is also, how we assert ourselves, and dominating over the other person or other people. So a lot of times when it comes to Aries and Mars energy, they can really at times not take into account the feelings of other people, or, sometimes they cannot, consider other people and other people's, viewpoints, and opinions. Not that everyone's opinions matter, but sometimes an opinion can actually be beneficial. A criticism can actually help us. But a lot of times Aries can be the type of people who are so strong-held on going their own way and doing things their own way, and not taking, any crap from anyone, not letting anyone, back them down, that they can just kind of not consider, the feelings of other people. They can, tend to put themselves and their views, their opinions, their beliefs over the beliefs, opinions, and so on and so forth of other people. All right. These are the types of people who are natural leaders, of course, and Aries is a natural leader, but sometimes, an Aries takes that kind of natural talent to the extreme of leadership. It becomes my way or the highway. It becomes, I am the master, I am the most powerful one, and you all are, beneath me. You all bow down to my power, no matter what age they are, So, this can be very strong energy, that can be, a kind of at the very least, a place where narcissism can grow, okay, and can be implemented, and can be, you know, the seed can be planted, okay. So you gotta be careful with that energy, you know. Leo is another fire sign. Aries is a fire sign. Leo is ruled by the sun, and the sun rules self-confidence, okay. The sun rules our vitality for life. You know, it rules our connection to our life purpose, okay. It also rules our creativity, you know, and romance and things like that. So when it comes to Leos are very confident, you know, very bold and brave, but Leos can be master manipulators at manipulating attention, you know, manipulating attention to get attention on them, manipulating attention for their own benefit or gain, you know, which can be a bit of a narcissistic trait, okay. You know, Leos are naturally people who are very theatrical, expressive, you know, and very just kind of passionate, you know, in how they do things, how they go about doing things. And sometimes this is another type of energy that can sometimes, you know, not consider other people's feelings in its worst trait, in its worst form, all right? Leos are natural leaders, you know, naturally creative people who are able to shine light, you know, on things, on situations, on the path before them or the path before other people, you know, which we need that. We need the sun for so many different reasons, you know, not only that, but the sun helps things grow. Leos foster growth in people, in themselves and other people as well. But sometimes Leos take that to an extreme by manipulating that energy for their own benefit, okay? Suddenly it becomes less about the other person, less about the other people, you know, less about the gift, you know, the life purpose, and more about the self-confidence, the ego, the grandiose, you know, the grandioseness of it all. So you have to be careful with Leo as well, with Leo energy. You know, because naturally Leos have that ability to attract, you know, attention, but, you know, it's what you do with that attention that matters the most, all right? Love Leos. Scorpio. Now, my Venus is in Scorpio, so, you know, don't hate. I'm also a part of the Pluto and Scorpio generation, okay? Pluto takes a decade or so to, a couple years to a decade to orbit around the sun into a new zodiac sign. So whenever it orbits into a new zodiac sign, it is a new generation. So I'm a part of the Pluto and Scorpio generation, born in the early 1990s, okay? 1991 to be exact. Moving right along, Scorpio. I say that to say I have Scorpio in my chart. So, interestingly enough, Scorpio is ruled by Pluto and Mars. So we talked a little bit about Mars earlier. Let's talk a little bit about Pluto. Okay, so Pluto rules the subconscious, what lies hidden beneath the surface. It rules transformation. Okay, evolution, sexuality, things like that. So Mars, we've already talked about. Mars likes to dominate. Mars is, you know, likes to assert itself. And then with Pluto, we have that kind of added layer with Scorpio of it, you know, the ability to tap into the subconscious, okay? Its own subconscious and the subconscious of other people. So, with that being said, Scorpio's can be very dominant with that Mars energy, you know, the need to, you know, excess over others, you know, maybe, you know, has a tendency to view themselves as better than other people, even if they aren't as overt with it as Aries. They may have the belief, you know, they may act that out in different ways, you know, such as, you know, talking down to people sometimes. You know, not all Scorpios are the same, but they can also be very emotionally manipulative as well, sometimes with that Pluto energy, because they have the ability to tap into other people's subconscious, you know, and kind of, you know, with the subconscious, you know, you're able to tap into other people's fears and weaknesses and things like that. So, you know, Scorpio can use that to their benefit, their gain, you know, especially with kind of weak-minded people, okay? Emotionally weak people, okay? So with that, and then here we have Mars here with Scorpio. So Scorpio enjoys that. They really enjoy that power, that ability to be powerful over other people, not only in a Mars kind of way, but also in a Pluto kind of way, in a very kind of covert, underneath the radar kind of way. So, you know, Scorpios in that way can be very narcissistic, in that they can have a very kind of high view of their own self-importance, all right? Because they're so powerful, because they're so enigmatic, because they just naturally attract people to them, you know, and it's just an ability that they have. It's all about using your powers for good, though, you know? Like, Scorpio is going to attract people to them, but a lot of times Scorpios, for example, attract wounded people to them, you know? Because Pluto is all about transformation and evolution, you know? So Pluto facilitates growth, soul growth, you know, evolution, to get you to the other side of healing, right? But you got to know how to wield that that power as well, you know, for good. Or you could use it for not good, you know. It's up to you. Capricorn. Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. Okay, Saturn rules career, profession, status, and society, our sense of responsibility. Saturn is also the father of time. Saturn is considered the father in the zodiac, the father in astrology. The moon is considered the mother. Okay. Ironically, I went back and forth on adding Cancer to this list, but then I really kind of kept it to the basics. Cancer is Capricorn's polar opposite zodiac sign as well. But moving on, Capricorn rules, you know, is ruled by Saturn, and Saturn is all about routine, work ethic, you know, career, doing the same thing over and over to get the same result, you know, self-improvement, efficiency, things like that. So a lot of times Capricorn may not be, overt narcissists, okay? But Capricorn can be narcissist in the sense that they can value status over other things. They can value their own status, you know, because they work so hard for their status. Saturn rules, you know, status in society, right? Our status in our career. So a lot of times they can, you know, value their career, you know, over other things, over other people. You know, they can see themselves as if they're wealthy and successful, for example. Not all Capricorns are this way, but if they see themselves, or if they are wealthy, you know, and successful, you know, they can see not so wealthy or successful people, you know, as, you know, weaker than them, you know, or beneath them or something like that, especially if the, you know, not as wealthy or successful people compared to the Capricorn aren't doing anything to better their lives or to attain wealth or success, you know, like, you know, Capricorns can also be the types of people who don't necessarily like to give their secrets away to people, at least not for free, you know. And, you know, compensation, you know, doesn't necessarily have to come in the form of money. It can come in the form of, you know, so many other things, you know, non-sexual, you know, non-illegal, of course. But, you know, the Capricorn is the type of person who values, you know, getting something or giving something and getting something back, getting something and then giving something back. But a lot of times, you know, sometimes, you know, a narcissistic Capricorn can value more so getting and not giving back as much. So these people can be very stingy and frugal in that way, right? Not only in the terms of their money and their resources, but their time, their energy, you know, because they can be so focused on their own goals and aspirations, you know, and things like that, that they can sometimes not value people and relationships, which is a narcissistic trait, you know. So with Capricorns, you know, it's all about their own status and, you know, their own kind of stability, their own wealth, their own career, you know, and what's going on with that a lot of times. So much to the point that they can put all of those things above other people, which is not good because, you know, at the end of it all, you know, life is so much more a lot of the times than, you know, wealth, career, status, and society, you know. And this brings us to the next sign, which is Aquarius. Aquarius is ruled by Uranus and also Saturn. Okay, so Aquarius is ruled by Uranus. We already talked about a little bit about Saturn with Capricorn. So, you know, Saturn rules career, profession, status, and society. All right, our sense of responsibility. Uranus rules change. Uranus rules innovation. Uranus rules, you know, our sense of true purpose in the world. Uranus rules friends and acquaintances, you know, how we work in groups and, you know, things like that, how we approach our personal goals and aspirations. So when it comes to that, you know, Aquariuses can be very great people, great friends, you know, great people to lead a group of people, because once again, Aquarius also, or Uranus rules humanitarianism as well. But sometimes Aquariuses can take this to the extreme and because they're such great leaders in groups of people, they can expect people to follow them blindly, okay? Which sometimes causes Aquarius to lead blindly, okay? And to maybe sometimes lose focus of the overall goal. You know, sometimes it can turn into the goal, you know, into Aquarius. You know, it's about Aquarius suddenly, you know, and, you know, Aquarius may have not even had realized it became about them, you know, but they just kind of go with the flow, you know. And in that way, Aquarius can have, you know, multiple ulterior motives that they will never tell you about. All right, these people are highly geniusly intelligent, okay, so they can have multiple things going on at once in their minds, all right, and still be able to focus on what's going on right in front of them. But with Uranus values change. Now, it's interesting because Uranus values change, the non-traditional, the unconventional, and Saturn values tradition. It values restriction. It values doing the same thing over and over, you know. So, you know, and here's an interesting thing as well. In a birth chart, oppositions like that often, you know, create the need for one to rectify or to balance that opposition by seeking relationships, or, you know, one-on-one relationships outside of themselves, or situations outside of themselves where they can interact with people, with the situation, to once again balance out those energies. So once again, this can be played out in a narcissistic way in terms of, you know, Aquarius leading blindly, wanting people to follow them blindly, you know, being very judgmental, you know, on people's, you know, beliefs, people's conditions in their life, their circumstances in their life, you know, because Saturn here is Saturn with the status and, you know, career and all those types of things. Aquarius can also be very emotionally detached, and that can be seen as a bit narcissistic as well, because, you know, Aquarius have the ability to be, you know, really fun and hang out with you, you know, and, you know, spend time with you, you know, for days or weeks on end, and then suddenly you don't hear from them for months, or, you know, days, you know, and then, you know, they pop up again, you know. It's like, what is this about, you know? That's, first of all, Saturn, you know, which is values, you know, other things above relationships like career, profession, status, and society. And that's Uranus, which values change, and Uranus also values, you know, fun and things not staying the same, and excitement. So, you know, with that, you know, Aquarius can always be looking for the next fun, the next, you know, big thrill, the next change that will bring them some type of fulfillment to their life that they may not be getting from the present situations or present conditions going on in their life. And then they, you know, have a kind of tendency, with that, you know, being said, to leave people behind, leave friends behind. Oh, you know, I've led you guys to the water. They're the water bearer, right? I've led you guys to the water. You guys are good. I'm going to go over here to the next group of people and lead them, you know. Because Aquarius loves that kind of energy where they can lead, you know, and they like to be useful, and they like to be, you know, brave and courageous for the group. And then once they're no longer needed, or they are perceived to be as no longer needed, or they feel like they're no longer needed, like they've done their job, they move on, you know, which can be seen as a bit narcissistic, you know, because it's like they are the hero, and then, you know, on to the next heroic journey, heroic situation. So they may get off on that hero, you know, they may really, really enjoy that hero element to their ability, their innate talents that they have to lead people to the water, okay? Mentally, all right, because they are an air sign, but also in terms of change, you know, a lot of times to get to the water we have to change something, Uranus. So this is not all bad, okay? Of course, you know, we all have our own narcissistic traits, you know, no one's perfect, but this is a little bit about the zodiac signs and why I think these zodiac signs might be a bit more prone to be narcissistic than the others, okay? Don't get it twisted, though. The others can definitely be narcissistic, too. Okay, I could have done all 12, but I already spent 18 minutes on just 5, honey. Imagine if I did all 12. Contact me on my website, Lamarr, Townsend, tarot.com. All jokes aside, if you would like a birth chart reading, a psychic tarot reading, messages from your spirit guides, or more. I do individual birth chart readings, regular compatibility birth chart readings, where I focus on the overall compatibility of you and another person. I do love compatibility, where I focus on the love aspects of you and another person within your birth charts, okay, such as the Venus, Mars, Moon, Mercury, okay, the 7th, 5th house, so on and so forth. And I also do business birth chart readings, because your business has its own horoscope. The day your business was born or established was the day that your business was born, okay? And I also do birth chart readings for children, okay? I do psychic tarot readings, video readings, which are $1 per minute, one-on-one Facebook Messenger and Instagram readings, which are $20 for 3 questions, okay? I do Skype and phone readings, which are more expensive, okay, and I do so much more, so check all of those out on my website, LamarrTownsendTarot.com. Also, please check out my ebook, Zodiac Signs, Sex Language, available now on Amazon and on my website. I also do messages from your spirit guides, so if you want to, get a message from your spirit guides, contact me on my website. Also, please share, like, subscribe to this YouTube channel, okay? Follow me on my Instagram at Lamarr Townsend. Like me on my Facebook, facebook.com/Lamarr Townsend official. Keep in touch. Thank you for your support. Namaste, love and light. Catch you in the next video. And also, please subscribe, share with your friends, and share with your family. I appreciate your support. Hey guys, thank you for listening and watching. Please hit the like button, share with your friends and your family, and also please subscribe, of course. And if you're interested in my ebook, check out my ebook, purchase it on my website or on Amazon. I would also love it if you would follow me on my social media, Facebook and Instagram. Until next time, thank you guys for listening and watching, and I'll catch you in the next video, alright?